Hi, I'm Teacher Hernan and welcome to Math for You. In this video, the topic is about adding and subtracting similar fractions and mixed numbers. But before that, please subscribe and click that bell button if you want to be updated with my new videos. Now let's start with the lesson by reviewing first similar fractions. What are similar fractions? Look at these three fractions on the board. I have here 3/7, 1/7, and 6/7. What makes them similar fractions? Yes, their denominators are the same, right? When fractions have same denominators, we call them similar fractions. Now let's have the first example. 3/5 plus 1/5. Again, the fractions are similar. So how do you add them? Simply add the numerators. Let's add the numerators. 3 plus 1, that's 4, correct? What about the denominators? Are we going to add them? No, you don't need to add the denominators. What will you do? You just copy the denominator, which is 5. So 3/5 plus 1/5 is just equal to 4/5. You have to check if your answer is in lowest term. Is the answer in lowest term? Yes, it's in lowest term already. So the answer here is 4/5. What about example number 2? 5 nines minus 2 nines. So how do you subtract again? The denominators are the same, meaning they are similar. So how do we add or subtract rather similar fractions? Same with addition. Just subtract the numerators rather. 5 minus 2, it's 3. Then you just copy the 9. There. But if you notice, 3 nines is not in lowest term. Remember, your answer should always be expressed in lowest term. So how will you change this to lowest term? Yes, 3 and 9 can be divided by 3, right? That's the biggest number you can divide 3 and 9. And we call it the greatest common factor. So, let's divide 3 divided by 3. That will give us 1. Correct. What about 9 divided by 3? Yes, it's 3. So, this time, as you can see, 1/3 is already in lowest term. So, 5 nines minus 2 nines is equal to 1/3. And let's go to examples 3 and 4. This time, we are going to add mixed numbers and subtract mixed numbers. So how do we add mixed numbers wherein the fractions are similar? Yes, you start adding the whole numbers. So what are the whole numbers here? Yes, here you have whole number 1 and here you have whole number 2. So you add first the 1 and the 2. So that will give you 3, correct? Then add 1/8 plus 3/8. So if you add 1 plus 3, that's 4. Then again, you simply copy the denominator, which is 8. Again, reminder, never add or subtract the denominators if they are similar. Now, let's check if the answer is in lowest term. Look at 3/8. 4/8 rather. Is 4/8 is in lowest term? No, because we can divide 4/8 by 4, right? That's the biggest number you can divide 4 and 8. So let's divide this 4 and this one divided by 4 also. So let's divide 4 by 4. That's, by the way, before we will divide, please make sure that you carry the whole number 3. Then let's divide 4 by 4. Divided by 4 is 1. Then 8 divided by 4 is 2. So 1/2 now is in lowest term. So our final answer is 3 1/2. Now let's subtract this mixed number and this mixed number. So again, you start with the whole number. What's 5 minus 2? Yes, that's 3. Then subtract next the numerators. Correct. 3 minus 2 rather. That's 1. Correct. Again, never subtract the denominators. So what will you do? Just copy 10. Then check if the fraction is in lowest term. Is 1/10 in lowest term already? Yes. So our final answer is 3 1/10. Let's have the last example here. We have 4 1/6 minus 2 2/6. Again, first you subtract the whole number, 4 minus 2. But if you subtract 1 minus 2, that's not possible, right? Not unless if our topic is integer, you can have -1 there. But 1 minus 2 here cannot, right? So what will you do then? Well, you have to borrow 1 from whole number 4. So let's split the 4. Since you borrow 1, so let's get 1 from here. So 4 minus 1, so the other number is 3, correct? Then what will you do with this 1? Change that 1 to a fraction, correct? By the way, you have to remember that 1 is the same as 2 over 2, is the same as 3 over 3, same as 4 over 4, and so on. So, you have to change 1 into fraction. Remember, 1 can be written as 2 over 2, or 2 halves, 3 thirds, 4 fourths, and so on. But which one will you use for 1 here? Remember, we are talking about adding and subtracting similar fractions and mixed numbers. So you have to use fraction that is similar to 1/6 and 2/6. And that is 6/6, correct? So change 1 to 6/6. So this time you have the 3 and the 1/6 and the 6/6. So all you have to do, you just add these two. So what's 1/6 and 6/6? That will give you 7/6, correct? So meaning this 4 and 1/6 is the same as this. So now subtract this to 2 and 2/6. Can we do it now? Yes. Again, start with the whole number. 3 minus 2, that's 1. What about the numerator? 7 minus 2, that's 5, correct? Then again, just copy the denominator 6. Check if our fraction is in lowest term or simplest form. Yes. So our final answer is 1 5/6. Now let's see how far you understood our lesson by answering some exercises here on the board. Let's start with number 1. 4/8 plus 2/8 is, yes, 6/8. Because 4 plus 2 is 6, then copy the 8. But 6/8 is not in lowest term, right? So what can we divide? GCF? The GCF of 6 and 8, which is 2. So if you divide it by 2, you get 3/4. Okay, so the answer is 3/4. What about number 2? 5 minus 2, that's 3, correct? Then copy the 10. Is 3/10 is in lowest term? Yes, so it's in simplest form or lowest term, 3/10. Let's go to number 3. This time, adding mixed numbers. So you start adding the whole numbers. So it's 4 plus 2, that's 6. Then the numerators, 1 plus 3 is 4. Then copy the denominator 4. Look at there. 4/4 is the same as, yes, this is equal to 1. So add 6 And the 1, so our final answer is 7. Correct. 7 is our final answer. What about number 4? Again, mixed number minus a mixed number. So you start with the whole number. 5 minus 1, that's 4. Then 2 minus 1, that's 1. Then just copy the 6, the denominator 6. And it's very obvious, 1/6 is in simplest form. So our final answer is 4 and 1/6. Now let's have the last problem. 6, 7, and 7/12 minus 3 and 8/12. Again, there is a problem here because 7 minus 8 cannot be. So again, what do? Yes, borrow 1 from 6. So let's split 6 into 1 and 5. 6 borrow 1 becomes 5. Then what will you do with 1? Change to fraction. But what fraction will you use for 1? Because you can use 2 over 2, 3 over 3, 4 over 4. Yes, you use 12 over 12. Since the denominator here are 12 to make them similar. So 1 here must be 12 over 12. So you have 5. Then these 2. Add these 2, you get 19 12s. Correct? Then you can subtract now 3 and 8 12s. Can you follow? Then subtract the whole number. That's 2. 5 minus 3 is 2. Then this is 11. Then copy the denominator. 12. There. That's our final answer. Since 11/12 is in simplest form. So again, the final answer is 2 and 11/12. Rather. That's all for now. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.